Okay, looks like we're live here. So in this next video, this one right now, we are jumping into the expansion draft of 1992 coming into 93, Rockies and Marlins. Um, Check out the last video to get up to date on everything that's going on. One of the things that I did here that I said I was going to think about changing, that I did change, is the realignment of the East and the West. So in real life in 93, you had just an East and a West. We're going to keep that in this game for a while. I mean, I don't know when. Maybe we'll add a Central eventually like they did in real life. But I kind of like the East and the West, two divisions. And so what we're doing now, so first of all, the Braves were in the West, so I moved them to the East. That's just a no-brainer to me. But I think with the contracts and stuff that teams had, they weren't able to necessarily do that till the realignment or whatever. But I just popped them in the East. So I needed to move someone to the West. That was the Cardinals. Cardinals came to the West. I also moved the Reds. Were the Reds were the Reds in the East? Maybe they were actually. Um, yeah, you know what? I think this is all correct. It might have been Reds might have been in the West and Cubs were in the East, and I switched those two, but I can't remember. But either way, this is how it is now. I like this. You got in the East, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, New York, Montreal, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Florida. Definitely all Eastern teams. In the West, you got all the California teams. San Diego, LA, San Fran. You got Houston, Colorado, St. Louis now, because you do need, I mean, there's a lot of teams kind of east, so St. Louis would count as west. Cubs, we got to count as west. So with that, I also added the second team. Let's look over here in the east. I didn't realign anyone here. This all looks good to me. West. I mean, Minnesota is not west, but just kind of like Chicago and stuff. But otherwise, you got Minnesota, Seattle, Chicago, Texas, Oakland, Kansas City, California. So what I did was it used to be just the division winners make the playoffs. So you got four teams total that make the playoffs, two in each league, two in the AL, two in the NL. So now we're going a second team. So the first and the second team of each division make it. And then we're also going to add a wild card. And then the wild card is going to play the next bottom seed, so the 4 seed, in a one-game play-in game. So then you'll have, after that, then you move on to the championship series, which in this case, for example, would be Toronto. They would have had to buy, no play-in game. Minnesota would have been the second. Actually, Minnesota would have been first. Toronto would have been the 2, but both of those teams have buys. The 3 would have then been Milwaukee. And then these two would have tied for the 4. So that's why it has a little Z on them. Once I change that format, it updates it with how it would have been. So then these two, I guess, would have played maybe for the wild card versus the 3 seed, or I don't know how the game would do it. Maybe it would just say it doesn't matter and you'll just play. But they may have played because then the 3 seed gets the home advantage and the wild card is away. So it'll be a play-in game. These teams have a bye. It's not a big layoff because you don't want that in baseball. And then the next round is the championship series. This would be like Minnesota versus, let's say, Seattle if they won the play-in, and then Milwaukee versus Toronto. Then that would be the division series. Then the championship series would be the winner of each of those. So this doesn't have anyone in the West because it was the Braves. Braves won the West. They moved here, and then it would have been Pittsburgh as the second best. So then it should have been somebody here in the West as the second best as well. Let's make sure that's correct because it should be the 1 and the 2 of each division. So here's customized playoffs. That's what we have. So yeah, first in the East, second in the East, first in the West, second in the West, 1 wild card. So that's good. That's how we want it. Confirm. That's what we're going to use. So I guess maybe because I moved the Braves or something, it doesn't have San Diego making it. But obviously the division winner and the second best team in the division. So in this case here, it would be the Padres and the Cubs, but then the Braves and the Pirates, and then the Mets would have made it. Montreal would have stunk for them because they had 88 wins, and the Cubs would have made it with 83. But hopefully there's not a huge gap there. Plus, I've kept it on uh, the non-balanced schedule, so it means you're playing more of your teams in your division. So, hopefully you're beating each other a little bit and evening it up a little. So, no interleague play yet. That's where we're at. And now we're getting ready to start the expansion draft. So I've kind of glanced at the player pool already. Here's the protection list. If we go to like one of these teams, let's go to Seattle because I saw Jay Buhner's available. Now I don't know if I'll take on that contract. It's only 700 thou, I guess, but it's 2 years at 1.4 mil. But these are all the guys that they're protecting. Of course, Griffey, Martinez, Randy Johnson, all these big names. But they're not leaving, some of these guys. I mean, you can only protect 15 guys. So some guys you just can't protect. Mets here, not really protecting these middle guys, but yeah, Saberhagen, Fernandez, Dwight Gooden. They have three aces. They're ridiculous. They got Mark Grace as well this offseason. I believe they traded for him. Yep, they traded to Chicago. He's ridiculous. Now, granted, this is a low scouting accuracy for my scout, but yeah, they're looking good. They were pretty good last year. Who else did I see in the pool? Was it an Astros pitcher maybe? John Habian. Yeah, he's good. He was on the Yankees. I think they traded for him too, right? Yep, traded for him. They're not going to protect him. He would be a good get. I mean, good movement, good control, 3.13 ERA. Now, preferably, I like guys with high stuff, but I wouldn't skip on Habian. So there's some decent players. Oh yeah, White Sox not protecting Lance Johnson. That's pretty interesting. I don't know. They chose to go with some younger guys. Graybeck, Gonzalez. Lance Johnson's 39, but he was the leading. I believe he led the AL in batting average. He led the AL in hits. Let's check here. Statistics. Well, he was for a while. Yeah, Alomar, that's right. MVP Alomar, Shane Mack, Mark Grace is up there, Blauser. He was fifth though, and that was third in the AL. And he did. Oop, let's go back to it. Was that it right there? No, that was Frank Thomas with the RBIs. I think he led in hits though, Lance Johnson. There he is. Yep, 209 hits. I like that for altitude, for mile high, getting the ball in play. So he might be my first pick. Hopefully the Marlins don't take him. But yeah, if we look at go to continue draft, which was start draft, but I haven't done anything yet. If we go to continue draft, yeah, John Smiley from Minnesota. I mean, he looks pretty good. 3.86 ERA last year, only 112 innings, so I think he might have been hurt. It says he's got 7 weeks left on the torn rotator cuff. Now, granted, he's on 3.6 mil, and he's got 4 years left, so that might be a big reason they don't want to protect him. Where we're at financially, we have a lot of offers out. So total money available is only 6.4. If we drafted Smiley, for example, we're already at half of that, and we still, need to draft a lot of guys. But we could get guys on the minimum, get minor league guys, and I think I can go over that. There's nothing. It just means we would be in the hole. We'd be in the hole in the future. So, got to factor that in there. I don't want to piss the owner off. I do have owner goals enabled. And basically, it's realistic. He wants me to rebuild, find a top prospect, build your farm to the top six, and by 95, reach the playoffs. That's a good goal. That's tough. It's attainable, hopefully. Don't suck completely here in 93. I think that'll be the case. We got some of these offers out to decent free agents. And then a couple decent players in the expansion draft. So let's review that real quick. The offers to the free agents. This was in the last video, but Kevin Brown is a free agent, and he likes our offer. He was a 3.17 ERA, 17-game winner with Texas last year. So he's our big. We're trying to give him 11 mil over 4 years. Our next biggest would be Hal Morris. Actually, it looks like it would be Dwayne Ward, big time closer, and in fact, reliever of the year. So we're trying to get him. Maybe we're overpaying for a closer, but we can use pitching at altitude. Rob Dibble, another not a big name, but big stuff guy. Didn't have a great year with Cincinnati, a 4.29 ERA, but back in '90 he was ridiculous, and he was pretty good in '91 too. So big strikeout guy, 80 stuff. I know it's a low rating, but even the OSA default ratings say he's an 80 stuff. Probably not good control, but 3-time All-Star. So I like him. And then a couple hitters, Jim Eisenreich, high contact guy, hit 325 with the Cubs, only 203 at bats with the Cubs, but then 364 with Kansas City. So he was a regular starter. Charlie Hayes, although we're not going to get him. He wants more money. We pissed him off, I guess, with our offer. But Hal Morris, also a high contact guy, 65 on the scale on the 20 to 80. Not a high slugging, but I think at Mile High, and he's like a popular and clubhouse leader type guy. So I like going after him. He was a Gold Glover last year, even though his ratings don't look that good defensively. But we're trying to get him for just 3 years. He's 27, so he'd be 30 once he's a free agent after us. So anyway, that's where we're at. Let's go back to the draft. Continue draft. Let's see who the Marlins take first. Here we go. On the board, Florida Marlins. I like Mark Portugal too. I hope they don't take him. We're going to try to get a starting pitcher, I think, first. They took Lance Johnson. Those sons of bees. Man, okay, so that's who I wanted. Obviously, that would have maybe been, I said a pitcher, but he would have been the best pick. That's a smart pick by them. Good job. We're going to get a starting pitcher, I think, then. It's just so important for us. Smiley is on big money. I don't think he was good. 386. I don't think he's the best out here, though, per se. Portugal, 14-game winner, 3.75 ERA. You know what? Let's go to sort by pitching stats, ERA plus. That's what I want to look at. Well, here's a bunch of guys that are didn't have a lot of innings. Here's Chris Carpenter, not the H, but the RIS. He's a reliever, though, but wow, he had a minuscule ERA. Could be a good guy to get later in the draft. Let's look for starters with a lot of innings under their belt here in 1992. Did I miss some starters that maybe didn't have a lot of innings? Nope, all these guys are relievers. Oh, there's Cliff Young, but not a big sample size for him. Let's keep scrolling down, looking for a lot of innings. Jim Gott had 67 innings as a relief pitcher. Definitely, I'll have him on the radar. Here's Eddie Guardado. Ooh, he is listed as a reliever, but he's got 70 stamina. So he's mostly a prospect. Number 13th ranked prospect, so they're not protecting him. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that's some kind of glitch, or maybe they just think he's, overrated. Might think he's overrated because the new list has not been out for a while, so he may have dropped. Rick Aguilera, I like him. He's a closer, but again, I think we got to go for a starter. Paul Kilgus, that could be definitely a good guy to get as a young good pitcher. Here's Mike Walker. He had 84 innings pitched, but not real impressive with his ratings. Matt Rambo, 129 innings pitched with Houston, 6-5. Ooh, I like this guy. 25 years old. Is he a lefty? He's a lefty, great at holding runners. Man, good stuff. Now, granted, this is a low accuracy, but I mean, good stuff and close to average movement and control. I like him. He was a rookie of the year. Wow. Okay, well, it's in real life. I don't know if Butch Henry. I think Butch Henry in 1992 was the rookie of the year for the Astros. I might be wrong, but the Rockies drafted him. He was okay, but none of those pitchers were good. on the Rockies back then. But he may have been Rookie of the Year in '92, and then the Rockies got him. He was good with the Astros in '92, so it's not super unrealistic, I suppose. I think I might go with him, and then some of these other bigger name pitchers. I mean, Lance Dixon, that's a good get too. There's like Oral Hershiser though. I mean, he's 34, but he's 222 innings last year. He's on 1.4 mil till 1996, so he's going to be like 37. So I don't know about that one. Steve Schrenk, he's a starter. Only 32 innings pitched last year, but a good ERA. I think I'm going to go with Rambo, because he's on the minimum. Yeah, I mean it's a high reward type guy, high ceiling guy, low risk. He's proved himself last year. Let's go with him. Lefty Matt Rambo. That's gonna be my pick. You're probably like, who? Yeah, I don't think he made the majors in real life. Nope. Made it up to Double A. He's my top pick. Top pick, number one pick in the expansion draft. Let's see now. Okay, so we're snake order apparently. It's our pick again. Is that right? Marlins, Rockies, Rockies, Marlins. Yep. So that's how they're doing it. Okay. So we get another pick. I think we're going with another starting pitcher. So let's go. Let's keep, down to Hershiser. I don't think I'll get him. I don't know if I want to go yet with one of these other young pitchers, but I will eventually if they're still around. It just might be, what was his name? Wasn't Lance Dixon, but I like him too. Was it Portugal? Can't remember. But one of those guys, I mean, he was on a higher salary. Here's Mark Gardner, 3.19 ERA. He's 30 years old. He was 10-13 last year. He's got above average stuff. He goes to arbitration next year. Does it have an estimate on his arbitration? 600,000. I mean, that's a decent deal. He's a righty. Mark Gardner. Pitching stats. He came up in 1990, but he was above average. 1.11 ERA plus. 91, not as good, a little below average. Back down to the minors in 91, did well. 92 did real well in the minors, well, only 8 innings. And then came up and did real well. 30 though, 30 years old. Let's keep looking. I mean, I might go with him. We're starting to get into the lower ERA pluses. I mean, not that it's bad. Here's Ken Hill. He was a big name back then. He was an 18-game winner. He was 18-8. He's on 1.1 mil and he goes to arbitration, so he's going to get quite a bit more than that. I do need to consider that. They're saying 1.5, but if he logs a lot of innings, he's going to be on more than that. So I don't know if we'd be able to keep him, for example. And his ratings aren't super impressive. It's right about average, but he had a good year. Granted, that's in the NL. ERAs are lower. Wally Whitehurst had 152 innings. He's right around average as well. He goes to arbitration. He's only on 284,000. Looks like he's a little bit of a loose cannon though, personality-wise. I don't want him hurting my clubhouse. I'm going to keep looking. Just got to be real careful with these top picks. There's Dave Stewart. He got traded, I believe. Yeah, he got traded to Pittsburgh. He is 35. It's probably a pass. Yeah, he's on 1.6 mil. Armando Reynoso, Rocky in real life. Steve Reed, Rocky in real life, drafted in the expansion draft. Here's John Smiley. It's definitely considering him. I mean, I like his ratings. Now, again, they're low. Ooh, yeah, and he's on 3.6. It's going to turn me away. I don't want to do that right now. Jaime Navarro. Ooh, good movement. I like him. 17-game winner with Milwaukee. Still a low scout on him. He's a tireless worker, popular with everyone. Wow. Only on 450. Goes to arbitration. I think I found my next guy. Estimated him at 700,000. But yeah, I like him. I'm going to put him there just in case. Let's kind of scroll down a little more. There's Pat Henkin. He's young, isn't he? 24. He's a top prospect, or he was. I like him, so I might go for him next. I'm just gonna maybe stick to pitchers, but I like Jaime Navarro. We're going to get him. Let's see who the Marlins take. Chris Hammond from Cincinnati. Look, I like his ratings. Lefty, 3.99 ERA. Well, I like Henkin. And his ratings are better than who was that other guy up there? Whoever it was like number 13 in the last rankings. He is very popular, but I already have high fan interest, so that doesn't really matter. But I do like Henkin. He's been dominant in the minors throughout the 80s. Finally had a bad year in 91 with AAA, but then 92 was dominating. Came up and was slightly above average. But he's 24. He's on the minimum. I think I like him. It did say extreme fly ball. So, I don't know if that's good, but I'm trying to get good outfield defense. I think I'm gonna go with him. See, I guess the question is, would he get picked with their number 3 pick? I don't know. Who else? Who was it? Who was up here? Let's scroll here. That was like the number 13. Can't remember. Was it Aguilera? Oh, Eddie Guardado is who it was. So a little bit better stuff. Also a lefty, hard worker, also extreme fly ball. Though when I say also a lefty, because I got my first pick was a lefty. I don't know. It's close with him and Henkin. 55 stuff. Now again, this is all low scouting accuracy, so I don't want to put too much stake in it. He only has 3 innings in the majors. Henkin had 49, 30 games, and has been good in the minors, and has the same amount of stuff potential. I think I'm going to go with Henkin. We're going to do that. We might get with a position player next. Let's see who they go with. Oh yeah, that's right. We get 2 in a row. That's pretty sweet. Let's go to batters, batting stats. Let's go to OPS plus. And let's look for guys that have had a lot of at-bats here. 165, Mario Diaz from Texas. Hit 370. Not enough to qualify, but he's 30 years old, so he does have a lot of games under his belt and hasn't had a real high OPS in his career. So certainly seems like he was just hot, kind of a fluke. I do like his defense. He can play anywhere in the infield. Seems disinterested. I don't know. He is on 750. That's kind of a lot for a guy that's 30. I mean, he's earned that, but it's a lot for me to invest in that. Here's Greg Prickle with Oakland, catcher. I like his power. His defense isn't very good, but I do have a coach that could coach him. But look at this. Coaches like to see him bust his butt more often. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to rule him out later in the draft. I don't want to go with him yet. Let's keep looking for guys that have had a lot of at-bats. Wayne Kirby, 146 at-bats. Cleveland. Right around average. I'm not super impressed with him. I do like his range, and he's fast. Okay. Well, maybe. Let's keep him in mind. Let's see if there's any more guys that are like more proven, like a couple hundred at-bats. Here's Rick Wilkins. I remember seeing Jay Buhner. I might get Buhner. Wilkins can catch. Wilkins can catch, so that's pretty valuable. And he's got good ratings. Leads by example. Where are his ratings? Here they are. Let's look at catcher ratings. Catcher arm is good. Catcher ability is average. I mean, I like him more as a catcher. I think that's not a bad pick. He can be a catcher. He can hit for power. I think I'm going to go with him. Let's at least put him here. He had 213 at-bats. Here's Pat Kelly with 215 at-bats with the Yankees. Not great defensively. Right around average. He is fast, good base runner. Right around average here. I mean, that's kind of just the guys you have to expect for the expansion draft. There are some decent pitchers out there, though. And here's Jay Buhner finally. Only a 105 OPS plus. He's basically average, but his ratings, say otherwise. Like good home run power. Now, again, that's low, but good eye. He does strike out. He's below average here in gap power and contact. Great at not making errors out there. Above average arm. In real life, didn't he have a rocket for an arm, I believe? Max effort guy. I mean, I like him. But I'm not going to go with him next. We're going to go Rick Wilkins. Good at turning him into a catcher. That's great. Let's see who Florida gets. John Habian. Yeah, I guess they get 2 in a row, right? So let's check out who they've gotten with their 2 in a row. They went Ellis Burks. Oh yeah, that's a good get. Burks was out there, and then Hammond we knew of. Oh, and they got Rick Aguilera. That's a good get. Yep, they're thinking along the same lines as me. And then John Habian, 28 years old. Yeah, that's a good get. He's although he's a bullpen guy. Okay, I was thinking in real life I thought maybe he was a starter. That's still a good get as a bullpen guy. They're looking at their bullpen. Let's go back to pitchers. I want to keep looking at pitching. Let's see some guys that have had a decent amount of innings. There's the Chris Carpenter. There's Tim Burke, 49. I think yes, did he come like I didn't see this guy the first time. He's 33. Maybe that's why I scrolled over him, but a 1.22 ERA with Montreal. I mean, he's a 1-year guy, free agent next year. Cannot be counted on to be loyal, lacks motivation. All right, well, if he's a 1-year guy, maybe we can just use him to help us be okay. He was an all-star in 89. High movement. Very high movement. Doesn't strike a lot of guys out. I don't know how that would play at Mile High, but man, I don't know. I'm going to put him down here just in case. I mean, you can't go wrong with him. It's just, can you go better? Carl Willis, pretty good ratings, 31 though. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good bullpen guys available. Scott Aldred, he's a starter. In real life, the Rockies took him in the expansion draft. Well, borderline starter. I mean, he's listed as reliever, but I saw his stamina was 60. Borderline starter, possible arbitration, slightly above average stuff, right around average everywhere else. Only 31 innings. Let's look for some guys that logged more innings. There's Jim Gott. I think he's old, isn't he? 33. Yeah, 67 innings. Reliever. There's Mike Walker, starting pitcher. 84 innings with Seattle. Not great rating, but again, that's low. There's low accuracy. Extreme fly ball. Natural born leader. I like that. Borderline starter. I might go Burke and then Walker. Hopefully he doesn't get picked. Because I could see Burke getting picked. He's better. So we're going to go Burke. And then, oh yeah, we get 2 in a row. Sweet. We're going to go Walker from the Mariners. Okay, there we go. Let's just do one at a time now with Florida so we can see who they get. Leo Gomez and Jeff Juden, 6'8". That's how I remember him. Ooh, that's a good. I mean, he didn't have, he had 7 innings and a 4.70 ERA, but he's got good ratings. Again, it's low accuracy though. Admires himself. Was a top prospect. Don't know if he still will be, but that's a pretty good get. It might be smart now to just look at so guys don't get missed like when I just sort by OPS plus or whatever. Let's look at ratings. I know my scout doesn't have a lot of highly rated guys. Let's go batting potential. Let's look at contact. Wow, Will Cordero, 75. Now, again, I don't know how accurate that is, but could be a good shortstop. Above average, maybe. I don't know how accurate, but he's worth the risk. Let's take him, turn him into a shortstop, give him a shot. Like, if he's not a top prospect now. So he was the number 83, and then 3 months later, 28. And they put him on the 40-man, right? Received a 1-year contract through automatic renewal. So I assume he's on the 40-man. Looks like he had a walk-off single. Yeah, he came up. Came up to the majors, huh? Is that right? Let's check. We'll hover over him. Well, Cordero, he did. He had 82 at bats. Wow. Well, we're going to take him. He'll be a shortstop. Let's see if they turn him into that. They do not. I'm going to do that right now. Set position, shortstop. I don't know if that'll save, so we're going to go to game strategy. Force start. That's good. He's letting me do that. Sometimes it just lets you say suggest because your manager wants to have control of that. But he's going to be my shortstop of the future for now. Now we got the next pick. Here's BJ Surhoff. I know I have a catcher, but he could catch. He can also play third. How is he at third with his ratings? All right, not bad. He's above average air and arm. Yeah, I mean, he could be a backup catcher and a starting third baseman. Lefty, doesn't strike out. I saw him earlier when I was checking things out. I liked him. I think we're gonna go with him. He's 28. Not a bad deal. So we'll pick him. Ooh, I just realized, did it say he's on 1.3 mil? I thought it said he was less than that. I didn't even look. He goes to arbitration, possible free agent. So that is a good chunk of change for him, but that's fine. I just got to keep an eye on that. Yeah, let's see if it shows where we're at. Is it going real time? Total money available 5.4. I think so, yeah, because our player payroll is already higher than what they were projecting. But that total money available, we're still in the green. So I like that. 5 mil. Okay. I like how we're panning out here so far. Let's see who Florida takes. Luis Alcia, middle infielder. Yep. And Bill Spires, another infielder from Milwaukee. Yeah, I remember him. Only slugged 293. Only 99 at bats though in the majors. Slugged 488 in the minors. And he's not bad on power. He's right around average. Let's go to pitchers. Stuff potential. Wow, Kevin Garner as a starting pitcher, 70 stuff potential. Now again, it's low. It's low accuracy. I wish my scout had better accuracy. We haven't it hasn't been enough time. Haven't gotten games and stuff. Will never be mistaken for Charlie Hustle, okay? Yeah, well, might be worth taking him anyway. I don't know. Um, he's a starter with that kind of stuff. Here's Lance Dixon. Ooh, yeah, I remember looking at him earlier. I like him. He's on the minimum. He's a little bit proven as well. 45 innings pitched and a 270 ERA. I like him. Was he ever a top 100 prospect? Yeah, he was. Then he fell out. But or maybe he doesn't have prospect status anymore. Could be. But we're gonna take him. Going with Lance Dixon. Okay, now we got the next pick. Do we go Garner? We got kind of two catchers. I mean, I'll leave Surhoff at catcher. They can put him at third if they want. We got a shortstop. That's it, really. There were some good outfielders like Wayne Kirby, Jay Buhner. I don't know if I'll take Buhner. Um, we got we've drafted two starting pitchers, or is that just in our organization? Four relievers. Yeah, but some of those guys are starters. I can change that. Like Lance Dixon, starter. Let's change him to starter. If I have to force it later, I will. Matt Rambo, of course, is a starter. Tim Burke and Henkin, though, he's a starter. So I like how my rotation's kind of panning out. Can I put these guys in here? No, I guess, well, you know what? If I go to ask manager for staff, no, he won't do it. They don't have enough guys yet. Okay. Oh, probably because I need to move them over. I need to move them onto the 40 man. So yeah, I mean, all these guys are gonna be on the 40 man and on our active roster, of course, too. So let's move them all over. Yep, they all will be. Let's move them over. Let's see what he's thinking. Davison, what do you think for the staff? Jaime Navarro, number one. Matt Rambo, Henkin, Dixon, and Mike Walker. Tim Burke as the closer because it's our only choice right now. What about our lineup here? Well, three guys. We'll come back to that. All right. Let's go back to the expansion draft. Continue. And should we maybe we're on hitters here. Lou List apparently has a 50 stuff potential as a batter. Let's go to batting potential. Maybe gap power. Let's check that out. There's Gary Carter. He's 38. Here's Monty Ferris, 65 gap power, good power potential. Kind of strikes out. I don't quite like that, but wow, he's a very utility type guy. That's valuable. He's on the minimum. I like his range. Personal motto, remember where you came from. Okay. Like he's humble. I like him. Here's Bernard Gilkey. He's a solid player in real life. 65. He's fast. Very fast. Cannon for an arm. Good teammate. Man, I like him too. I like him more. I mean, now again, this is low accuracy, so I don't know how much I can weight that. He didn't do great last year. He had almost 300 at bats. What was Ferris? He barely was up, and in AAA he did real well. 13 jacks, 354 at bats. He's 25. Gilkey's 26. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Ferris a little more, but who is better defensively? He's the utility type guy. He could be a 65 and left. He's good range, 60 range. Gilkey, way better arm, worse range, can only play left. But I like all this. And I guess again that's low as well, but he is probably fast. That doesn't change. He is fast. Ferris not as fast. Maybe a little more avoid K's isn't as good. Oops. Yeah, Greenwell, but he's wants 1.6 mil. I think I'm gonna go with Gilkey. You know, I mean that range though. I want more range and at altitude. However, we do have good staff that can teach them. Staff roles teaching outfield outstanding. My first base coach John Ramirez. So maybe we can develop him. Let's take him. I like Gilkey. Maybe it's just because he was a bigger name in real life. I don't know. We're gonna go with him. See who Florida takes 2 in a row. Felix Furman. They're really stacking up on the middle infielders. That's probably smart. And Orlando Merced, an outfielder. Looks like decent ratings there, average to above average. Okay, yeah, we do have Cordero. I like him a lot as a middle infielder. Let's go to defense. Let's see who's a stud defensively. All these first basemen, because I guess it's easier to get good at first in this game. Here is Wes Chamberlain, possible 65 out and left, above average here. Good at sowing seeds of discord amongst his teammates. All right, yeah, no thanks. No thanks, Wes. Kevin Datola, not a very good hitter. There's a bunch more first basemen. Not a good hitter here. And Lonnie. Keith Mitchell. Looks like right around average as a hitter. Fast. Can steal. Good defensively. Could be a good outfielder. I like him. Maybe even able to play a decent center. I mean, it doesn't say he could be better there. I like him. Let's consider him. What did it say? He's on a minor league contract. Wow. So that could be a guy we kind of keep in the minors. Maybe we keep him down right away. Powell looks like right around average here, but good defensively. Good base runner. Yeah, he's not a great hitting wise. All these guys not very good hitting wise, but they're all 65 defensive. Here we're getting in the 60s now. Mike Brumley could be a middle infielder. AAA did real well. OPS 860. And in 91, also had a high OPS, high on base. Right around average here, but he's fast. Yeah, good ratings here. Extremely modest. I like that. I might go with him soon. Can I put him on my short list here? And then I think it makes him, let's go to default short list. Then it like makes him bold here. Yeah, there we go. I like that. So when we're scrolling through guys, I think we can even like sort or filter by, maybe view our short list or something. Maybe not. I don't know, but we might see him. I think we can. I think we can go view our short list somewhere else, and then I can find the guy. So, wow, who is this? Essex Burton. Look at his running, but he's just not cutting it hitting wise. I mean, might be a guy later in the draft defensively. Jacob Broomfield, also extremely fast. Wow, and he's not bad here. Let's put him on the short list. Add to default short list. All right. So I'm thinking maybe Keith Mitchell, but I don't think he'd be picked yet. Mariano Duncan, that's a good name. Might be on, yeah, he's on 1.3 mil. I don't like that per se, for what he's worth. Jeff Gardner, he looks pretty decent. He's on the minimum. I like him. Less than ideal work ethic, yeah. I mean, he could play second, though. He could play a good second for us. Let's keep him in mind. There's Felix Jose again. Didn't we look at him earlier? No, that was Wayne Kirby. We also looked at Felix Jose. Very fast. Yeah, I like him. 1.7 mil. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's shortlist Gardner. And yeah, Wayne Kirby. How was he defensively? I think weren't we scrolling through? Here he is. Wayne Kirby. He's above average. He could play a decent right field. Very fast. Yeah, always has his head in the game. I like him. I think we're gonna go with Wayne Kirby, lefty. Let's shortlist Mitchell. Shortlist, add to default shortlist, and we're gonna go with Wayne Kirby now. What about Patrick Lennon, another shortstop here? 24 years old. Man, I like him. Oh, look at that personality. Me. I don't like him. Okay, we're gonna go with Wayne Kirby. There we go. Now we got the next pick. Let's go back to pitchers. We'll look at stuff potential. Garner's still there. I like him. I mean, I guess he struggled here with the Reds. Struggled coming up. This is his first year. 70 innings. A lot of real good pitchers struggle right away. Had some dominant years in the minors, but also, some not great ones, I guess. That was only 2 innings there. What was this below average here? 34 innings. I mean, I like him. I might start him in the minors. What did it say? Can he hit up here? What is this? Oh, wow. Look at that. He could be like a possible two-way player. He's got good power, and he can play the outfield. Very interesting. Let's take him. We're going to go with Kevin Gardner. Okay, Florida. We're at pick 13, Jeff McKnight, first baseman. Where was he from? The Mets, that's right. The Mets, Jeff McKnight. And Darren Fletcher, catcher from the Expos. Wow, yeah, he only had 72 at bats, but he had a great year in those 72 at bats. He's only 26. Doesn't stand out ratings wise, at least not according to my scout, but had some good stats. Maybe let's take another glance at the stats. Although I like this guy, Stan Payne. He's a starter. So he was claimed on waivers. What's his deal? He came right through. He started off in Class A. They moved him up to Double A, even though he wasn't doing well. Still wasn't doing well. And then he came up and he did well in the majors. Kind of interesting. And I guess Oakland picked him up off waivers. So he must have been put on the from Oakland. Yeah, so Red Sox got him. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Not good movement. He's a starter. Really high stuff potential. Still lives it. Okay, so no red flags there. I don't know. Let's shortlist him. We'll come back to him. Paul Abbott, 25 years old. I mean, I like a lot of these guys. He could be a starter too. Let's shortlist him. Abbott is smart on and off the field. I mean, he might even be a good guy to take. 40 here, but 65 stuff. Had 28 good innings with Minnesota. Back in the minors, he was average to below average. Most of the time, well below average. He's been around since he was 17. So 1985. He's really bounced around a lot. Did I shortlist him? I did. We'll come back to him. Mike Bierbeck, 31, but good numbers. I'm guessing he's on a decent, 222,000. Huh. Mike Bierbeck. Yeah, that was definitely a standout year this last year. Only 31 innings. So I don't know if he was hurt or something, but he hadn't pitched for 3 years before that. And he was very below average. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, his ratings are okay. He's a possible starter. Might be a good. He's 31, but goes to arbitration. You need some veterans. You know what? I like him. I think I'm gonna take him. We'll go with him right now. And we got the next pick. Let's go back to we're getting a lot of pitchers, which I like. We have 15 already in our 15 starters in our organization. So if we have a single A, double A, triple A, and major, that's like around 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're getting kind of close there. 16 relievers. So we'll need more of those, of course. But for our big league squad, we do have some free agent offers out there. That's right. We have a couple pitchers there too. So maybe it'd be awesome if our pitching is strong as the Rockies. But let's go back to batting stats, and let's look at OPS plus. Let's scroll down, looking at what happened. Are all these guys? Oh, I'm on pitchers. That's why. All batters. Here we go. So some of these guys, yeah, I mean, Jack Voigt, he's young. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of at bats, but I like his defense, full of hot air, but people around him don't seem to mind. So like outspoken, but not selfish, maybe. I like his range. He's okay around here. I guess he's not great. I don't think so. Brian Hunter, great in AAA. 34 jacks in 92. What's his deal? Good home run power. Below average there defensively. Let's keep looking here. Braulio doesn't have real good gap power. That's all right. Patrick Lennon could be a good middle infielder. Oh yeah, that's right. He's the me guy. Let's keep looking here. Some of these guys. There's Ferris again. Some of these guys I remember from checking out before. I might get him. I mean, that's good. I like him here. Let's get him. Let's get Ferris. Ferris, Monty Ferris. There he is. So now I think we're on to the Marlins. 2 in a row for them. We're in round 15. Milt Kyler and Todd Haney. Okay, well, none of those guys were really on my list, so that's good. Let's keep scrolling down, looking for high at bats. There's Mario Diaz. I remember him. He could be a good infielder. Seems disinterested. He's on 750 thou. I think we're gonna pass him. Luis Soho, Greg Prickle, another catcher maybe. Good power. Yeah, I remember looking at him. Coaches would like to see him bust his butt more often. Maybe not now. Maybe we'll put him on the short list. It could be a good minor league guy. See if he develops. There's Mike Twardarski, 71 at bats. I mean, not great. There's Pat Kelly with his 244 at bats. 428 slugging. You know, fast. Not good defensively, but he can play almost anywhere. Only 25. I think he's a decent pick. I'm going to need some more infielders here. I think we're heavy on the outfielders. A lot of good outfielders available. We're going to go with Kelly. Okay, now we're up again. Doug Strange. I remember him. He's right around average. Here's Buhner. How much money is he on? 700 thou. I mean, I like that home run power in the eye, though. You know, he could probably hit a lot of jacks at Coors Field. He's a max effort guy. Doesn't make errors out there. I mean, I think he's not a bad pick. Um, let's kind of see where we're at here, like with all these guys. So one of these guys wasn't I going to put in the minors? I don't want to. Yeah, Garner, I think, right? Yeah, because he could play. So I guess I don't want to put him on the 40 man yet. I think he might have to be anyway since he's on the minimum maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, there it is. It says he does have to be. So let's go to the 40 man. We'll put him on the 40 man. And I guess since he's on the 40 man, we might as well just put him up on the active roster too, so that he's like developing up there if it does that, which I think it does. But I thought one of these guys have a minor league contract. I don't. Maybe just I think it was a guy I was looking at, and then I just hadn't taken him yet. Somebody that I shortlisted. So there we go. We'll put them all there, and let's kind of get a glance here at where we're at. Let's ask Davison for depth chart and lineup. So here's kind of what he's thinking. Kirby, Surhoff. Why is it letting me control this? Is that the same thing over here? Yeah, it is. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I guess it's because it's up to me. So he's letting me do that. So I figure, okay, then I'll do it. But I still did ask him, and then I can move it around. So that's kind of nice. That's right. I think that was a perk of hiring him. They like Cordero at cleanup, I guess with his high contact or something. But let's see where we're at. So Surhoff, he could definitely play third. We might do that. Ferris, I guess, could play second. Oh, do they have Surhoff at first? Yeah, we could use a corner infielder. Wayne Kirby, yeah, or I guess outfield is close. We could maybe use a center fielder. Could Kirby can't he can play a decent center. He's fast. So, but we might try to get like a center fielder with a lot of range. Maybe a guy that has the potential to hit but hasn't proven himself yet. So anyway, we're looking at maybe a center fielder and a corner infielder. And by the way, who were our offers again? I forgot. I think yeah, it was Eisenreich. That's right. It was Eisenreich and Hal Morris. So he could play first. So I'm kind of planning on maybe those guys. So I might for my corner. I'll keep that in mind. And for another outfielder, can Eisenreich play like center? Ooh, great at not making error, but otherwise pretty average. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. So as far as corners and center fielder, I don't need someone that's like necessarily going to come in and start, but maybe someone that has the potential to, but they're like real good at defense or something. So let's go to fielding ratings. And I'm looking for range, outfield range. Oh, but can I view like hitting too? I guess that was defense. I can hover over him. Yeah, he's a minor league guy. Here's a major league guy, Bob Zupchik. I don't know. Came up to Boston. He did decent in the minors. Had some power. I mean, I like those ratings, and range is way up there. So he's an option. Ed Alcia, he's only in AAA. I mean, not a bad thought, but wow, very fast. Can play a lot of different spots. I'm gonna shortlist him. That could be a good guy to get later on in the draft. I'm leaning toward let's put Supchik down there. He's only in AA. He's up. He was up, but he only played in AAA. No slugging at all, but got on base decently. Play second base. He's not great in center, huh? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, these guys, no. Tim Barker uh, was good stat wise, but yeah, now he is only AA. Barrett, I mean, Tom Barrett, he's 33, 32, I mean. I don't think I'll go with that. Mike Bell in AAA, although I like him. Yeah, good range. 45 is his ceiling for center. Here's Lance Blankenship. He's been up in the majors. Yeah, that's right. They traded for him recently at 1.5 mil. Not going to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think we might just get some minor league guys, see how they pan out. Here's Bernardo Brito. He's a minor league guy too. Let's go to uh, let's go to corner infielders. And I'm looking for maybe power, or even just let's go all infielders. Maybe betting potential, contact, and also kind of look for guys that have some power too. There's Mario Diaz. What did I not like about him? Seems disinterested and on 750,000. Yeah, and I don't need a guy necessarily that would be a starter. Like I'd want him to come in and be a starter. Same with Duncan. Looking for like a borderline minor league, major league guy. Like Livingston, I like. 397 slugging though, not great. But 55 contact. Yes, so we're not really at too many more high contact guys here. Ooh, I like Ray Martinez's eye. He was good in the minors. He was real good. Yeah, high contact, high eye, gets on base. He's on a minor league contract. Leader in the clubhouse. I like this guy. We're gonna go with Ray Martinez. You know what? Let's go Zupik and then Martinez, and let's hope the Marlins don't take Martinez. I get 2 in a row. Jeff Hewson and Mike Twardarski. All right, Martinez to the Rockies on a minor league contract, so I'll put him in the minors. Okay, we're in round 18. Might be about time to start looking at some of those shortlisted guys, kind of go for the minor leaguers. But let's go to what I'd like to do is look at pitchers and start getting some more bullpen guys. We'll go back to pitching stats because I felt like when I was looking at that ERA plus, there were a lot of guys here. Yeah, Chris Carpenter with an R, although I wasn't super impressed with his ratings. Good control. It's low though, low accuracy. So yeah, it could come back to him. I mean, he did great in those 20 innings, 0.4 ERA. Cliff Young. Let's keep scrolling here. Look for guys with more innings. 33. Brian Fisher. Yeah, Carl Willis. I think wasn't he on a high contract? 470 for a reliever, kind of high. He's 31. Free agent after this year. I already got a guy like that. Scott Aldred, I was thinking of maybe getting. He's a lefty, borderline starter. Could go with him. Yep. Maybe Lance Carter as well. Ooh, I like Lance Carter. Good stuff. On the minimum, very popular. Could use more tact. All right, let's go Larry Carter. We might get Scott Aldred next. Jeff Parrott. He was a Rocky in real life. He had 51 innings with Oakland, 2.29 ERA. Let's go Larry Carter first here. Okay, Florida is up next. They got Mariano Duncan and then Jeff King. Pirates? He was from the Pirates, yep. Okay, let's stick to pitching. Relievers in particular. Maybe Scott Aldred. There's Parrott. He's 31. I'm not real impressed with his ratings. Usually a reliever, you got like higher stuff and whatnot. Alan Mills, 30 innings. Darren Oliver, 32 innings. Above average stuff, above average control potential. Top 100. Ooh, I like Darren Oliver. I think we're going to go Oliver and then maybe Aldred. He's on he's on the minimum. He's on a major league contract. We go with him, and then let's go Scott Aldred. And then we might start dipping into some of these short-listed guys. Rod Beck, he's around, huh? Wow. Yeah, he had a good, decent year with the Giants. 3.21 ERA, 10 saves, 70 control. And Scott Leas. Don't know who he is. Okay. So we're in round 21 now. So we got a pretty good idea of our team. And again, hopefully we get some of those free agents. Let's look at which guys here are on minor league contracts. So Aldred is not. We'll put him on the 40 man. Larry Carter, 40 man. Darren Oliver, 40 man. Ray Martinez, minor league, down to AAA, I suppose. Where has he been? Yeah, he was up in AAA last year. And Zupik, he was a major league contract, so he'll be on the 40 man as well. Let's see how we're looking here. What's Davison think? A couple long relief guys. Yep. Oliver is a specialist. They like Henkin in the pen now, huh? They like Kevin Garner up. Interesting. Yeah, I might switch that. I don't know, because he might be a. We'll see how spring training goes. He might go down though. I'm excited for spring training. I might keep more of an eye on it than I usually do. I might do a video on it too. We can see where guys are at, make some cuts and whatnot. Okay, let's get back. Let's look at our lineups as well. Let's say ask him for all depth charts and lineups. So here's kind of what he's thinking. They like Zupik starting. I don't know about that. Over Gilkey, I don't like that. Surhoff at third. Oh, they got Gilkey at first. I mean, I like him in the outfield, but I don't know. Maybe that's weird. They put him at first. He can't even. He's not very good in the infield. I guess they just see it as a project and they want to see how he does. But I don't think we're gonna do that. They still like Cordero at cleanup, despite what we've got here. So I'll definitely make some of those changes. But for now, I like where we're at. I think it's time to start. I think the remaining 14 picks, we're going to go with minor leaguers. And so let's go back to like batting potential. I think I was looking at these contact guys, but let's look for shortlisted guys like Jeff Gardner. I mean, pretty much just going to go as I see them. Jeff Gardner, and I'll look at my short list too. Here's some more guys. Oh, I guess Buhner's still there, but I think I'm trying to get Eisenreich in the outfield. He's on 700,000, but he's a free agent after this year. I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. Let's get Gardner. I mean, let's glance at it here. So Buhner, Zupik. I don't know if I see him. He's not a major league guy per se. I like his defense. Gilkey, not super proven, but could be. We get Eisenreich. He'll be one of those corners. Kirby can maybe play center. He's got good range. So, and Ferris, I didn't see him really as a major league ready guy, but he could be. I like his ratings. I just don't know how accurate it is. And he can also be on the squad and be a backup and get in the field in other ways. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go with Buhner. Let's see where we're at as well financially. I mean, he's 700,000, whereas the minimum is, well, that guy's on a minor league contract. What's the minimum? It's like 100 something. These guys are on minor league contracts. I think it's like 159 or something. Let's go to front office. Here we are. It's 4.8 money available still. That's with the offers that I have out. So I think we're good. Let's go Buhner. We're going to take him. Bone. Taking J. Bone Buhner. That's what I'm talking about. I like that pick. It's a good pick here late in the draft, even though I said I was going to get minor league guys. Terry Lee to Florida, and they go with Mike Greenwell. They're taking a page out of my book with the Buhner pick. They're going, he's big money, 1.6 mil. Where are the Marlins at with their finances? Let's check them out. Can I click on them here? Yes, I can. Let's go to front office. They got 6.7, so they're a little more frugal than I am right now. What was I at again? 4.5, 4.3. Let's go back to that here. Let's move these guys over. Both of them are, 146 is the minimum. So both these guys are going to be on the 40-man. Where do they put Buhner now? I wonder where my manager Davison would put Buhner. Cleanup? Oh yeah, cleanup, baby. Cleanup hitter. They got him at first base. That's hilarious. He's not going to be playing first. They just like, I guess they just like keeping these guys in the outfield. Now they did put Gilkey in the left and Zupik on the bench. Zupchik, I don't know how you say his name, but we're gonna. I mean, I guess I don't even need to force position because I can just change it. But he's gonna be a right fielder. Come on now. He's at first base with that great air. I mean, I guess if he's got good hands, first base could work, but he's gonna be right field. His first base ratings were terrible. His infield ratings. Okay, let's get back to the draft. So it's still our pick here. That's right. Let's take some of those minor league guys that I had shortlisted. They're on minor league contracts, so I like that. Yeah, Broomfield, and there was another guy too. Did he get picked? No, I don't think he did, right? Because they just chose Gator. And then I don't think it was a guy before that. But I thought I saw a couple. Oh, you know what it could have been? You know what I bet it was? Is it's limited of 3 picks per team. So they probably picked someone that I had, like Greenwell was from Boston. One of those guys I had must have been from like Boston, for example, or it could have been someone else. Here's Jorge Posada. Look at him. Look at that eye potential. Wow, fast catcher. I don't really have a minor league catcher. I just saw him. I like him. We're gonna get him instead, and then Broomfield will be our next pick. Hopefully, unless we're running out of the picks per team. Did we lose him? I didn't even look at what team he's on, but I would have taken Posada anyway. There's Broomfield. We're gonna get him. Let's see who the Marlins get. John Jackson, center fielder. Jim Vatcher, right fielder. I'm starting to not recognize many of these guys left. Let's see who else we got shortlisted in the pitcher category. Turk Wendell. I remember him. He looks pretty solid. Well, he didn't have a good ERA with the Cubs, but his ratings look good. Roberto Hernandez. Wow, with the White Sox. 4.28 ERA last year. I mean, that could be a good pickup here. Mike Jackson with Atlanta. Not a good ERA. Not a surprise they didn't protect some of those guys. There's Al Leiter, starter, not a good ERA. Let's keep looking for short list of guys getting distracted here. I don't see him here. Let's go pitching ratings or pitching stats, I mean. ERA plus, when I did that, there were some guys I believe that I shortlisted. I'm not seeing them, so it might be that they ran out of picks as well. Picked too many guys. Yeah, we're past some of those good ERA pluses. So, okay, well let's go to, how do I view my shortlist? I don't even know. I think it's here and player search and shortlist. There it is. Paul Abbott, is he still available? He's on Minnesota. I might search for him. And Stan Payne with Boston. That's all the pitchers. Here's all the players. Oh yeah, Greg Prickle with Oakland. Okay, let's check out Abbott or Payne. Let's see if they're available as pitchers. Whoops. All pitchers. Let's sort by name. There's Kyle Abbott, Paul Abbott. No, so he's not available anymore. And it was Payne. Major Payne. Let's see. No, he's not there either. Shoot. So we'll take those guys. Take those guys off the short list to keep it convenient here. Keep it organized. Remove from short list. Man, I like those guys though. And let's look at all batters. So Greg Prickle, is he still available with Oakland? Prickle, Brumley, Gardner, Kevin Mitchell, Keith Mitchell, I was gonna get him. Let's look up Prickle, Brumley, and Mitchell. Prickle, Brumley, and Mitchell. Remove him from the short list. Prickle, Brumley, and Mitchell. So we're on batters. And we're sort by name. Let's look for B, Brumley. Nope, he's not there. What about Prickle or Mitchell? Let's go to Mitchell next. Mitchell and then Prickle. There's Keith Mitchell. All right. Let's see if Prickle's also available. He's a catcher. He might be a little more valuable. Was this guy suspended? Suspended for 2 games. Prickle, PR. There he is. Okay, he's available too. He's Oakland. So Atlanta or Oakland. I'm going to go with whatever. We'll just go with Mitchell here, and then we'll go Prickle next. Okay, perfect. We got 2 picks in a row. He's on a major league contract. Okay, Florida. Wally Whitehurst. Yeah, interesting. I saw him earlier. Thought about him. And Jeff Manto. Okay, we got, 8 rounds remaining. It's been a good draft here so far. 8 remaining rounds. I mean, I think we'll just sort by ratings now, potential ratings. Here's power ratings. There's J.R. Phillips. I remember him. He was a decent prospect. He's an outfielder. He can play first. Home run power, I like it. He's on a minor league contract. Not a bad idea. I think we might go with him. Look at this guy's eye. Melvin Nieves. Wow, big time eye. He's in AAA. He did real well in the minors. Wow, I like him. Man. Brassy, but that's okay. I think we're going to go with him. And then we'll go with J.R. Phillips next. Get some good outfielders here. I suppose we have 2 in a row anyway. There we go. There's Destrade. He was on the Marlins in real life. Okay, Florida. Pat Borders, the catcher, and Royce Clayton. It's an interesting late pick. He was with Montreal. Let's go to pitchers now. We'll get maybe a couple pitchers in a row. Let's see where we're at in the organization. 19 relievers, 15 starters. We could get some more starting pitchers. That's not a bad idea. A lot of outfielders, 8 plus 9, that's 17. We could maybe get some shortstops. A couple of these second basemen may play short. And we got 6 catchers. So, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we probably could use a couple more catchers. I'm thinking starting pitchers, shortstops, catchers, kind of in that order. Only 6 picks left. Let's go to, here we are on all pitchers already. Let's go to movement potential. Wow, look at Scott Radinsky. He is a reliever. He would be a guy on the squad right now. Goes to arbitration. Man, how did I miss him before? Was he not great last year? 2.93 ERA with the White Sox. Man, lefty, I think we got to take him. Here's McElroy. He was good in real life, lefty. But yeah, let's go with Radinsky. It's a good pick there. All right, and then I want to go to I guess starting pitcher, but I don't know then if they're listed as a reliever, even though if they could start. So let's just go back to all pitchers, movement, and I'm looking for prospects, guys that aren't up. Here's a prospect, but he's not good stamina. I like him. Minor league contract. Motor mouth, even better. Scott Chiamparino. There's Rail Cormier, out for about a year, but you keep him in the minors. Well, he's on a major league contract. Argumentative to the point of being obnoxious. I don't know if that's worth it. That hurts your team chemistry. John Doherty. Real good control. Pretty good movement. 25. He could go in the minor. He could be a borderline. Let's go with him. Then there's Roberto Hernandez. But let's go with Doherty. Florida, Carl Willis, and McElroy. Okay. All right, I'm looking for younger guys. Here's Trevor Wilson. Yeah, okay, he's a starting pitcher. Dave Burba, young. He came up though. Wilson was up with San Francisco. 360. He's on 750,000. I don't think so. Combs, okay. Terrible ERA in the minors, 655, but then came up with a 3 something with the Phillies. Kind of more interesting guys that are already on like a minor league contract. Trevor Hoffman, not looking great though. Greg Hibbard, he's on a minor league contract. Doesn't look great though. Known to air his grievances in public. I don't like that. Still looking for some starting pitchers. There's Omar Olivares. I remember checking him out. Now he is on a major league contract, so we could, he could be a borderline guy. Keep him in the minors. Keep him on the 40 man. I like him. Let's go with him. We're already at round 32. This is our next pick. Let's check out some shortstops and I guess like contact. There's Diaz. I think he's on 750. I don't like that because I'm kind of looking for more minor league type guys. There's Pat Lennon. Um, oh yeah, the me guy. That's right. Pass him. Kurt Abbott. I like him so far here. He can steal. Um, Decent here, fielding wise. Maybe more of a second baseman. They got him listed at third here. I think we're gonna go with him. There's Juan Bell. It's hard to find some of these guys good at defense. Mike Benjamin might be pretty good at defense. Yeah, he is. Let's get both these guys. Let's go Kurt Abbott and then Mike Benjamin, as long as they don't take him. Jim Gott, Carlos Quintana, Mike Benjamin to us. We got one more round. Well, two more, I guess, now technically. So what else was I looking at? Maybe a couple catchers. Let's go to catcher defense. Let's look at it. Oh yeah, not a whole lot. These guys also play first, so that might be what they're good at defensively. So we'll maybe teach them defense. Are there some guys I can hit? Tommy Eason. He's kind of one of the better hitters. Good catcher arm. Let's go with him, I suppose. And we got one pick left. We're going to go one more catcher. They got Lennon. They got Pat Lennon and Alex Diaz. Okay. Randy Knorr, potentially. Oh, he's up. He's on Toronto, but he's got a minor league contract. So, Todd Pratt. I like him, although he also is up. He could be a backup catcher for us. AAA guy, backup. I like him. Let's go with Todd Pratt. This will be our final pick of the draft. So there we go. I stayed well within budget. No, I've been doing that, so I'm going to leave it. Let's put some of these guys onto the 40 man. Like J.R. Phillips on a minor league. So we're going to not put him there yet. Keith Mitchell also on a minor league. Melvin Nieves, minor league. Those guys will all be in AAA. Jacob Broomfield, AAA. Mike Benjamin, Kurt Abbott, I know is AAA. Todd Pratt, he is on a major league contract, so he'll go here. But all these guys, and I think Posada as well, wasn't he a minor league contract? He was. So he'll be a AAA catcher. I mean, maybe it's better for him to be in AA. He was in AA last year, did pretty well. I'll start him off in AAA. We'll check it out. I think Prickle, he's on a major league contract. So these guys are all going to AAA. Prickle going here. Tommy Eason, he's minor, wasn't he? Yep. Minor league contract. AAA, but we got 3 catchers, right? No, 2 down there. I guess Posada is Rule 5 eligible, so I might want to protect him anyway. I think I will. A ton of these guys are. I have a feeling some of these guys are going to get picked in the Rule 5 draft. Scott Radinsky, he's a definite active roster guy. Olivares, he's borderline. We'll have him up there, spring training. And then Doherty, same thing, borderline guy. So there we go. We got 26 guys. A little heavy on the pitching, which I'm good with. Let's ask Davison for our staff. Let's see what he's thinking. He likes Burke as the closer. Not high stuff, but real good movement. He likes Henkin in the pen, not starting. Radinsky and Henkin are setups. Some of these other guys, just normal middle relief. Lance Dixon and Larry Carter, long relief guys. He likes Jaime as the one Rambo. Olivares, Birkbeck, and Doherty. Let's go to our lineup now that we have pretty much everyone that we're going to have. Granted, spring training will be interesting, and we still are going to hopefully sign some guys. So let's ask him for everything. Nothing really changed there. They like Garner rotating in, and they like Zupik. I'm going to get his name wrong every single time I say it. They like him rotating in to center field. So we're done with the draft. Good for us. Here's our draft picks. We've already done that. I'm not going to try to get Darden, but these guys are going in the minor league system. So we'll see where we're at. We're trying to maybe get them filled or at least get them kind of close. So we could still use a lot of minor league guys. So I'll probably look at the free agents, sort by ratings and stuff, and pick up some more guys. But let's see, first of all, if we can get some guys signed. So the Rule 5 draft is in 3 days. Let's sim to that. And maybe someone will sign with us before that. Here we go. Did we get somebody? Kevin Brown. We got him. Wow, that's awesome. That's a big signing for us. So we're showing the fans we're serious here. We got Kevin Brown for $2.2 million through 1996. I like that deal. Now, maybe he won't pan out. I don't know. Last year he was an all-star. And he's been average to above average each year. In real life, he became a stud, and he was still good around this time, but he got better. And I think in real life, like 92, well, let's check. Here's real life stats. So, yeah, 92 was his best year yet. And then after that, like around 30, that's when he took off with Florida and the Dodgers. Ended up going to the Yankees, but that's when he was kind of on the downhill. So we got Kevin Brown. That's awesome. And Rob Dibble. Wow. Look at us making moves. Now, he's not necessarily a wow guy, I should say, because he's high stuff, but not good control. But we'll see. We'll see. Looks like we got a trade here, Dennis Eckersley. So the A's getting Delino DeShields, prospect, 23 years old, and giving up Eckersley to Montreal. Wow, look at how good Eckersley is. 30 saves last year. He had to be an all-star. Yeah, he's a several-time all-star, including 91. Did he not make it in 92? He didn't make it, but he was reliever of the year in 91 as well. He's 38 years old, but he still looks really good. So that was a trade. Here's Jose Hernandez and Danny Darwin, 37 years old. Darwin going to Montreal. So Montreal's trying to stack up these veterans. Boston taking a prospect for him. And then Mark McLemore. Rondell White got dealt again. Now he goes to Baltimore. He's been traded a couple times this offseason. So he goes to Baltimore, and the Yankees get Mark McLemore, 28-year-old second baseman, and Alex Ochoa, a prospect, single A. Okay. Looks like Shane Bennett took my offer, so hopefully he's in single A. Yep, he is, so that's good. We're about to start the Rule 5 draft, so I'm definitely going to need to protect some more guys here. We're going to have to be picky with that. So, yeah, Broomfield, we can remove him from the short list because he's already on it, removed from all short list. Now, it says my scout says he, could be up right now or should be up. Same with Mitchell. So I kind of lean toward putting both those guys on my 40-man because they could get picked. Let's see. Outfield, who do we have? We got just 4 outfielders, so that'd be like 6 outfielders on the 40-man. Let's definitely put these guys that we just signed on the 40-man so they don't get picked. So we will go with Broomfield and Kevin Mitchell. Put those guys up. I think Posada, it says he should be down in Double A, but I'm worried he could get picked. I mean, I think with these ratings, and it is low, granted, but he's also fast as a catcher. I think he's going to be like a possible top 100 guy. Was he ever? Says he wasn't. He was hurt. And, but I don't know. It's low accuracy, but this is what my scout says. And his OSA ratings are not that much worse, a little bit worse. So I think I want to protect him. I think a team could take him. And then I might also move him down to double A. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I guess I should keep him up there anyway. We'll keep him up there. Don't have a lot of infielders on the 40 man. We got 9 spots to spare. Um, I don't know if I want to put Ruffin up there. It's fine if they take him. He's 29. I like where my pitching is at, to be honest, right now. Mike Witt is 32. His deal is if he gets promoted, he gets 370,000. Otherwise, he stays in the minors. I kind of like that because I don't think I'll need him. And then if he opts out, fine. And if we do need him, we'll bring him up. So we can put him into spring training. We'll let him compete it out. But we don't like. I like where we're at now with Kevin Brown. Like we got a decent Brown, Navarro, Rambo, who was Rookie of the Year. I like where we're at. I really do. I mean, I don't know. I'm interested to see where the predictions will be when they come out. But so far, then I like where the AAA is at for protecting guys. All these AA guys are unprotected, but I don't see any of them get picked really. You know, my scout doesn't think any of them should be up. He's out of options already anyway. Maybe Scott Holcomb, but no, he's got terrible movement. Scott McCarthy, same thing. And in single A, I guess I got some guys that are. I'm just going to glance at these ratings over here. Duran, they're not going to take him with 20 control. Now, if we're off, we're off. I guess my scout. Yeah, Benitez, I don't know, maybe. Might protect him because I kind of had the feeling like he could be a top 100 type guy, just with his potential, but he's 20. I don't know if they would take him at a 50, 35, 30. I don't think they would. I'm not gonna start his clock. I'm not gonna protect him. Chris Abe, the catcher, yeah, total rookie. Doesn't have any pro service. Yeah, I don't think any of these guys get picked. So I'm good right now. What I decided is, well, we'll take a look. But what I decided for the Rule 5 is I don't participate in it because you can kind of take advantage of, at least unless they've changed it, but in Out of the Park 2023, you can take advantage of them not being very smart with it. We're going to save here. Like there would be some top 100 guys that look like they could be on major league rosters that they just don't protect. Like I don't know if it's they're trying to hold them back to not start their clock, and then they get picked, or it's weird like certain guys like Garrett Anderson and Rondell White. I remember would always stand out as not being protected, and then other teams wouldn't pick them, and it'd get to me sometimes like later, and I'm like, why are these guys still here? They should have been picked up. So I don't really participate in it. I wonder if I can like delegate that as well, maybe. Drafting players. I got assistants, so I might just like not sim it by round, but just sim it, like just say auto complete or whatever. So here's the Rule 5 draft. Yeah, actions. Um, oh, maybe that's not what I need to be on. Let's look at the draft pool. Batting potential. Oh, this is all pitchers. Let's go to all players, I suppose. Batting potential, contact potential. So yeah, like Richard Hidalgo, number 39 ranked prospect. I mean, that'd be a good guy to get. So it seems like a little bit of a glitch to me. Look at this relief pitcher has great contact. Deshaun Warren, 75 contact potential, even though not real good at all this other stuff. Oh, I have him. Denver Crunch. He's in my single A. That's pretty cool. Can we make him a two-way player? Let's go to set game strategy. Use as a two-way player. Let's do it. And I got another guy that I might do that with. Yeah, there we go. Who was it? It was that pitcher who I think is in my Yeah, Kevin Garner, right? Yeah, here he is. Let's just mark him as used as two-way player. We'll see how it goes. I can't for some reason. What's going on with that? Please lock to team. Team coaching staff. Oh, is in control. Oh, yeah, since he's not in the minors, they're in control of that. Okay, well, maybe what if I put him down and then bring him back up? He got angry, but then I can use as a two-way player, and then maybe we bring him back up. I don't know. To Colorado. No, he's normal. All right. I don't know if it did it or not, but anyway, so that Rule 5 pool, yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's not too realistic, I don't think. Like, Hidalgo should get picked. That's all pitchers. They're still all batters. Yeah, Hidalgo should get picked. Um, it's just weird that they wouldn't protect him. I guess I don't know. Maybe they think he's 17. No one's gonna take him. So maybe it's not a glitch. And there aren't a bunch of other guys. Like I sometimes notice like a bunch of guys, like several that are top 100s. Let's look at pitchers. There's stuff potential, but not good control potential. Dan Miceli looks pretty good. He could get picked, but that doesn't mean he's not like a top 100 guy. So I'm still going to delegate it though. So I guess we start draft here and then actions just auto complete draft. Let's just do that here. There we go. See if we have anyone picked. We did. Ray Martinez was picked. Should we have protected this guy? He's a shortstop. Yeah, I guess the Mets are thinking he can be on their major league roster. So you got to keep him on the major league roster. Yeah, I mean he's good, man. I should have protected him. I don't know. Was he? I guess I had him in AAA or something. What's it say here? Where's his history? When did we draft him? Drafted in the expansion draft, round 17, 34th overall pick. Yeah, I don't know. He was on a minor league contract, I suppose. I put him down. So we'll see if the Mets keep him. They got to keep him up on the major league roster for the whole season. If they don't, then he comes back to me. So that's all that we got picked from us. Let's look at our other offers. We got Eisenreich out there. He still favors it. Hal Morris as well. And Dwayne Ward, the reliever of the year. All right. And we still have some money for free agents, but we're not going to spend that. What we're going to do is try to fill our minors a little bit more right now. And let's glance at what on where. So single A, we got a pretty good squad. We got a lot of outfielders, but we got enough infielders to field a squad. We could even bump some of those outfielders up to like double A, I suppose. Like Dwayne Thomas, maybe, although his contact is not very high. I think Michael Johnson, we could start him maybe in double A. Well, he's only 19. Maybe some of these guys like Meggers, he's 22. Let's bump him up. And maybe Thomas as well. I know he doesn't have good contact, but he's good otherwise. Let's put these two guys up to double A. We'll still have 30 on the roster in single A. I'm fine with that. And then double A, we got 9 guys, and we got 8 guys in triple A. So let's sort by position. Granted, some of these guys will go down to triple A, like about 6 of them from my major league roster. But by position here, we got 3 outfielders. We need a bunch of pitchers and infielders, and even a catcher for double A. And then triple A. So pitcher, outfielder, infielder, pitchers, infielders, catchers. Triple A, I guess about the same. Pitchers, a couple catchers maybe, although we do have 4 up here, so maybe not. But I'd say pitchers, a lot of, some infielders, and I don't think we really need any AAA outfielders because we got a lot of those guys up here. Few will come down. So really looking for minor league pitchers, maybe a couple catchers, and some infielders. So let's go to transactions, free agents. We're going to sort. We're going to use this filter. This thing Saves you a lot of time. We're going to go demand is 0. So minor league contracts. And I already looked at the contact potential and got some of those guys. So let's go to like maybe, I don't know, defense. Let's go to defense. Fielding ratings. Fielding at primary position is at least, I don't know, 50. There's probably going to be a lot of guys like that. 60. Let's go to 60. Okay, here we go. This is pitchers. Let's go to change that to batters. Demand. Here we go. So there's not a whole lot of guys, but and of course a lot of first basemen and outfielders. Can they play other? Oh yeah, Zinter. He can catch. I like him. Let's try to get him. I mean, I like Whitmore, even though he's an outfielder. You know, we could take a couple more. Thurman's 28. We're gonna pass on him. Robinson, Red, whatever. He can play corner. Well, I like him. Nah, Morrow, no. Leach, no. Rex, 32, nope. This guy's hurt. He's 25 though. First base, nah. That's Crow. Here's Dave Anderson, really good defense. Oh, he's 32 though. All right, we'll go with these guys. Offer minor league contract. Let's look for our infielders now. And yeah, no middles. So I guess we're just gonna have to sort differently. Let's go maybe back to contact. Let's go to batter ratings, contact potential. Is at least, I don't know, 60? See if there's some guys out here. No, there are not. Okay. No infielders at least. Let's change it up. We'll go to 50. Okay, 3 guys here. Jeff Treadway, he is 29 though. I guess he could go to AAA if we offered him a minor league contract. I like his personality. Yeah, he'd be a good guy to put in AAA. 29 years old. I like this guy, even though he's only first baseman. Look at that 70 potential eye. And then Jim Gartner, he's 39. We're not going to take him, but we'll offer these guys minor league contracts. And let's go to shortstops. And we're going to have to expand the filter, of course. Contact potential, maybe 40, 45, maybe. Okay, here's some guys. 17 years old. Ooh, I like his eye. Yeah, let's definitely take him. Maybe single A. Yeah, here's Henry Mercedes. Keith Johnson, 21 years old, only a 30 defensively. That's fine. Maybe we can teach these guys. Let's take them all. So we'll take these guys here, offer them minor league contract. And then we do need some pitchers. We need a lot of pitchers. So let's go back to the filter. Let's go stuff potential and movement. How about at least 50 for both? 50 stuff, 50 movement. And minor league. Ooh, only 2 guys, huh? And it's Rudy Sinez, who was a Rocky in real life in the minors. I think he might have gone up to the majors a little bit. And Williams Martinez. Well, we'll do it. It's 2 guys. Ooh, yeah, he's 50, but terrible at control. And I'm going to have to probably expand that a little bit anyway. So maybe we got to be more lenient on it. Let's go 45, 45, and then let's add control. Choose pitcher ratings. Where's control potential? There it is. We're going to say like also 45, I guess. And we'll see who we got. Okay. 5 or 6 guys. And they're starters, so I like that. Offer minor league contract. Okay. So that might be kind of enough for now, to get our minors rolling. We'll just see as they roll in. So we got some of those other major league offers out. Let's keep an eye on the transactions. So we've seen all this stuff. Yeah, there's all the Rule 5 picks. Yeah, so I'm curious, did what's his name go? Was he picked like first? Here's all the picks. There wasn't a whole lot here. Rule 5, Leas, Scott, Spires, Clayton. It wasn't Baroa, was it? No, I don't think he was picked. Chris Jones. Yeah, I don't think he was picked. So probably should have been. So again, I'm not going to do it. I think I can kind of game the system a little bit there by doing that. Same with the regular draft, so I delegate that. But let's go like week by week, and we'll keep an eye on transactions. Here we go. Did we sign somebody? We got Jim Eisenreich. Huge. I like him. 70 contact. We got Hal Morris. We got Dwayne Ward. Wow. And then here's these guys, the minor leaguers. I think I got them. So this was all just the next day. So let's check it all out here. We'll put these guys on the 40-man, of course, on the active roster. I'm sure those other guys, yeah, it looks like they went into single A. So that's good. That's where I want them. Let's make sure. Transaction log here. John Thompson. He's in single A. Good. And you know what? He probably could be in double A with where he's at. We could probably start him there. But let's take a glance. Let's take a gander at that. Single A. Do we have plenty? I think we got plenty of pitchers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we got 18 pitchers. So let's move John Thompson up. So let's go Thompson up. Maybe some of these other guys too. Heidelberg, or however you say it. Let's put him in double A because I think they do need some pitchers, don't they? Oh yeah. So he'll go up. Thompson will go up. I think Robbie Beckett is 20 years old. He was in single A a couple years ago. Put him up. Roberto Duran. What, we're at like 15 pitchers down there now. He is 19. I don't know if we'll go with him. Evans, Bart Evans, Ty Hill. He has a little experience. Let's put him up there. Jose Jimenez, only 19. See, I don't see how he's Rule 5 eligible. I don't think he has any, doesn't have any experience, so it's kind of weird. I thought it was, yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know if that's a glitch or something. But that is where we're at right now. Let's get back to where we were. Which, yeah, we had those messages. We want to go. Oh, what I want to do actually is look at where we're at financially. So 3.9 mil available. I like it. Our player payroll is 22nd. That's pretty good for the types of players we have. Let's see what they think. What's Davison think? Definitely Brown first, Jaime, Rambo. He likes Oliveras and Birkbeck. And then, all these guys that could be pushing for a starting position. And I like maybe Hent getting there too. But we'll leave it as is for now. And then when we get to spring training, I'll probably change some stuff. Let's take him off our short list. We don't need these guys shortlisted anymore. Let's see what my manager is thinking here now with Eisenreich. And Dunn signing free agents probably. Are they not even starting him? Wow, they don't even think he should start. See, I don't know about that. They like Wayne Kirby over him. I think we got to go Eisenreich. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my scout is off, but real good infield air defensively. Otherwise, he's average. And I guess we just got him for a 1 year deal, huh? Interesting. I forgot what the offer was, but just a 1 year deal. See how it goes. He's 33, so that's fine. They like Posada up there as the backup catcher. Yeah, well, it's not a bad thought if we're rebuilding. But I don't know. What if we made the wild card our first year? We might be able to, like Buhner. I don't know if we have the depth other than that because it's hard to make the wild card with how I have it set up. You got to be a top three team in your division of seven, so you got to be better than the top half. I like that setup. Okay, let's get back to transactions and stuff here. So yeah, that's where we're at. We just got some guys to sign. We'll just sim a week at a time. Dave Bird, I think he was one of those minor league guys. Yeah, so he's getting some other, I don't know, attention or something. Looks like that was the only thing that stands out. Maybe some of these Karim Garcia, these guys might have gone. Yep, they hopefully went into single A. He did. Brooks Drysdale went into single A. And then all these guys were just the minor league offers that we had. What else we got? Anything else here? This is all just that stuff. Brewers and Tigers with a trade. Alan Trammell going to Milwaukee from Detroit. So they're continuing to try to fight. Tony Graffinito, Detroit getting some prospects. Cirillo, Graffinino, Dave Nilsson to Detroit. Wow, Dave Nilsson looks solid. He's got to be a top 100 guy, doesn't he? Number 19 prospect. Wow, so they gave up a lot for Trammell. Trammell's 34. He is good, but Nilsson, I mean, he looks solid. At least according to my scout, but it's low still. I don't know if we're just not. I don't know. I guess it takes time, right? Games have to start playing and stuff. Okay, let's keep simming here. I think it's about to auto save at the start of the year. So since I don't know how to pause the stream when it's live, you're just gonna have to hang tight for a few seconds as it saves. But really, I don't know if there's much more to go over. I think our team is pretty set. I think I'll just wait and do the next video, which will be spring training, and I might sim some of it on my own first because these videos are, sometimes they're not a pain, but I got to sit here and talk. So I might do spring training a little bit and then jump it in with the live stream. Looks like we got a lot of these minor leaguers, so that's awesome. I'll move them around, like put them in double A and all that kind of stuff. See where they're gonna go. Um, Otherwise, what we got? Yeah, do we have any? Here's some trades. Bernie Williams, he's gotten moved around a little bit. He was Yankees, then he got traded to Oakland last year. Now he's on Chicago. Gave up Jerry Brown. Oh, Jerry Brown also to Chicago, and they sent Oakland Sean Dunston. Interesting trade there. Looks like some minor league guys mostly. Now we're getting some other free agents here. Sid Bream going to California. He was on Atlanta, of course. 21 jacks. He had a good year with Atlanta. Which Martinez is? Dennis Martinez, 37 years old, was with Montreal, had a great year. He's to the Mets. So the Mets are looking good. Tom Candiotti going to Toronto. Clemens and Oakland come to an agreement. So Oakland's making a lot of moves. David Cone to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays with Cone and Candiotti. Who led the Major League Baseball in ISO Power? Bonds, of course. He had a great year. Kirby Puckett to California. Mickey Tettleton to Cincinnati. Gary Redus going to Seattle from Pittsburgh. Looks like a trade here. Padres and Royals. Ruben Rivera, 19 years old, prospect going to Kansas City. Padres getting Keith Miller. Mark McGwire to Oakland. That's funny. I guess he was already there. So I guess that's not funny. Thinking that's where it was in real life. He was already with him. Active batting leader, career batting leaders. active career. So Robin Yount he's still around. Wow, he's a free agent. He was with Milwaukee last year. Dave Winfield, free agent. He'll get picked up somewhere. He had 34 jacks last year. And then all these guys are on teams. Dodgers, Tony Phillips, signing him. Astros trading Craig Biggio to Cleveland for Ray Durham. He's a top prospect, top 100. Alex Cole, bit of a prospect. He was up with Cleveland, though, a couple years, so not really. And then Baerga, who's a prospect, to Houston. Yeah, interesting there. Ron Gant going to the Cubs, so Cubs make a lot of moves. Astros trading Sammy Sosa, who they had. They traded for him during the year for Billy Ripken and James Mouton going to Baltimore. Oh, Billy Ripken going to Houston. And Sosa and Mouton going to Baltimore. Kevin Mitchell going to Seattle for pretty good money. And is this Travis Wilson? Which Wilson here? Where are we at? Greg Vaughn, 27 years old, going to San Francisco. Dan Wilson, prospect, 23 years old, going to Milwaukee. So we've got a lot of movement here. Here's even some more. Tony Fernandez signing. Did he re-sign with Toronto? He was with San Diego. That's right. Denny Hawking getting traded. Here's the Hall of Fame voting results. Tom Seaver, Pete Rose in, Phil Niekro, and Reggie Jackson all inducted. Charlie LeBrant to the Cubs. Man, the Cubs are making moves. He was solid with Atlanta. And then here's the Hall of Fame announcements. That was all today. Let's glance real quick at off-season center and summary by team. So, of course, the Rockies and Marlins have the highest WAR gain because we didn't lose anybody. Then we got the Angels next. Surprised the Cubs aren't up there now after their signing, but they must have lost a lot of guys. They got Bream, Puckett. They lost Langston. That was in a trade. So the Cubs got Langston, though. And then, so Finley's a decent loss. Rene Gonzalez still a free agent. He might re-sign with them even. But they're the only one positive right now. Where are the Cubs at? And how are they so low wherever they're at? Where are they? How am I missing them here? There they are, 21st. Negative 12 WAR. What is that about? Who did they lose? Oh, well, Maddox, who was a 5.9. He's still a free agent, so I guess they could get him back. But they added LeBrant and Langston, so that certainly could make up for Maddox. Added Bernie Williams in a trade. Lost Danny Jackson, another starting pitcher. Don't know if they'll get him back. That's right. They traded Mark Grace as well. Mets have been looking good. Where are they? They're 10th, so they're not as bad on the WAR loss. Still a lot of free agents, so a lot of teams have lost and not gained anything until these free agents get signed. But they got Dennis Martinez, traded, of course, for Grace, Todd Worrell, and Kurt Manwaring. Lost David Cohn and Bobby Bonilla. However, these guys are free agents, so they certainly could come back. Hojo, lost him. Great eye for Hojo, and he runs the bases well too. He's fast. So yeah, that's where we're at. I guess we could, we'll just look at all the teams and stuff later. I'm just gonna let it run so that guys will join teams and stuff because we're about a month away from preseason. What the heck? Let's just roll it out here. We'll keep simming. We'll go back and see who's gone where. Looks like we got stuff down here that updates us. Let's stop it here. Let's stop it and check it out here. We're almost at preseason begins anyway. So where are we at? WAR Angels now are at 5.1. So what have they done? Some other, Mike Stanley now. Let's go to the news here. Manager office. Here's transactions. So some trades. Chris Sabo, Dave Green, not too big of names. Some waiver. Oh, there's Dave Winfield. Signed. Looked like signed by Baltimore. A 1-year deal. So he goes to Baltimore. Let's see what else we got. Some waivers claim. Here's some more free agent signing. Jeff Russell, decent reliever to Toronto. Dwayne Henry, Joe Bover, decent money, but not great. Here's some trades. Telemaco, he's gotten traded around. He's a prospect. Kevin Seitzer, Derek Bell. He looks like a promising young player going to Milwaukee. Dave Henderson for signing for $1 million for 1 year. Right fielder, re-signing with Oakland. Dave Righetti, the pitcher, and became pitching coach. Here's some waivers. Storm Davis signing with Montreal. Jack Morris to Chicago. Chicago really making a lot of moves. Now, he didn't have a good year with Toronto, but was great with Minnesota the year before that. Some waiver claims. Is that Butch Henry getting traded from Houston? It is. Butch Henry. And let's click on him. Oh, yeah. So in real life, it doesn't show their accolades. But yeah, here he is in Houston. 4.02 ERA, 165 innings pitched. He might have been Rookie of the Year. Like I said, I don't remember. And then he went to the Rockies and 6.59 ERA, 84 innings. I guess they traded him at the deadline or something and did well with Montreal and then kept doing well with Montreal. I don't know if he got nagged by injuries, but in this game, he's a top 100 prospect. So, we got to scroll back down. And the prospect list might come out once we hit preseason. So, but he and Gerald Young going to Toronto, getting Carlos Delgado. Wow, he's definitely a top prospect. And so that was the trade. That was it. Yeah, he's number 37. He's a catcher in this game. So how far down were we? Where were we at here? There's Maddox going to the Yankees. Ooh, I don't want to cheat here. Let's scroll back up. We'll go in order. Okay, here we are. So that's that trade. We got Dean Palmer getting traded to the Yankees for a prospect, it looks like. Roberto Kelly getting signed pretty big money by Minnesota. Minnesota also signing Tom Henke. And here's Mike Maddox signing for pretty good money as a relief pitcher with Texas. Clemens. Oh, I'm sorry. Clements. That's Clements. And it's not an R, it's a P. So nothing big there. Ruben Sierra going to Kansas City, signing on a 1-year deal. And here's Greg Maddux to the Yankees. Wow. $30 million, 7-year deal. That's big news right there. Mike Stanley going to California. No, another big guys except Brian Harvey going to Toronto. Did we see that already? We might have. I don't know if we saw that one. Larry Anderson, closer, going to California. Pretty good money there. Doug Jones going to Minnesota as a reliever. Here's some trades. No big names there. Jay Bell getting a big extension, $16 million over 4 years. So it's over $4 million a year, $16.4 million. Wow, yeah, he's a solid shortstop. He had a good year with them last year. He earned that. Roger McDowell going to the Cubs. Looks like Ken Hill got traded. Remember, they had him available in the expansion draft from Oakland, or from Montreal. I mean, now he got traded to Oakland. Got Dimitri Young in return. Montreal getting a prospect. Paul Molitor signing with St. Louis. Pretty good money there. Benito Santiago to San Diego. Jeff Reardon, Cincinnati. Eric Plunk, 2-year deal for $1 million, Toronto. Charlie LeBron, yeah, here we knew about that. He went to the Cubs. So we're all caught up now. Any other news that we have? Those are the transactions. But I think that's it. Let's go to preseason begins. Let's see what news we got. Here's a financial update. Looks like it's not the top 100 prospects yet. But we might be able to look at like preseason projections. No, not yet. I don't think. Based on our current, so he's made these adjustments. dropped draft budget barely, dropped player developmental budget a little bit, dropped scouting budget. So probably because we're over on our what he was projecting for the player payroll, I guess. But it's 28th, so it's last right now. We have 3 million available. We got 5 million for extensions. And let's look at, we got to get rid of this filter here so that everybody shows up. Let's look at, yeah, what kind of guys do we have for re-signing? BJ Surhoff, Jay Buhner, Jim Eisenreich, Mike Benjamin. Yeah, Surhoff, again, could be a catcher for us. They got him at third, but yeah, he could be like Rick Wilkins. Do we want him as a catcher? I don't know. We'll just have to hash that out. Broomfield, yeah, we don't really have a third baseman unless Pat Kelly can certainly play third, or he can play second. He's at second. Yeah, so I don't know. Surhoff, I don't know if he's great at third. He might be better as a catcher, but we'll see how he does. Yeah, they got Buhner. They're still going Buhner to first. We're gonna make him. That's because I redid it already. He's gonna be in right field. Yeah, Eisenreich. They got him on the bench. We're not gonna do that. He'll go to left. We don't need Gilkey to be a starter. Let's just do this real quick here. Hal Morris gonna go to first. We can just switch him here. Hal Morris. Jay Buhner to right. I do like Wayne Kirby. He's a better right fielder, and he can play a little center, though. Let's get him reps there. We might change this around, of course, as spring training comes up, or we definitely will. But, yeah, there we go. Who can play third? Just, I guess, Broomfield, but he's not really, doesn't look like much of a starter right now. So I guess Surhoff maybe is the best option there, and then he can go in a catch when needed. Because I don't think I'll keep Posada up yet. Might bring him up later. Todd Pratt, probably going to be a AAA guy as well. So that's kind of where we're at here. I mean, I like these names. I like these guys. Eisenreich maybe leading off. Just kind of shooting it out here. Maybe Hal Morris second. We got a lot of lefties. Or even, maybe Cordero second. Morris third. Buhner cleanup. Surhoff hitting fifth. Keith Mitchell, I don't think will be in center. We might go with Kirby. A lot of lefties. We got a lot of lefties. So I don't know, like that might be all right. That could be a decent lineup there. But pitching is where I'm more excited. Kevin Brown as our ace, and then we got. Do we redo this one? Yeah, we got Dwayne Ward now. He should be our closer, I think. I mean, what's he? He expects to be a closer. He's ridiculous. I think he should be a closer and a high leverage guy. And oops, oh, I can't just move him. I guess I got to change that. Yeah, so closer, high leverage, and then Tim Burke gonna be more of a setup guy. His secondary role could be closer. And then yeah, we'll mess with this before spring training, but just like getting a look of it, like getting an idea of it. Certainly Pat Henkin could be a starter. He was with Toronto, 49 innings, but then he had a lot in AAA. And was he starting here? Games started? No, he was a reliever in 92 with Toronto. He started one game in AAA, but they like him as a projected starter. So I like giving him a shot there, I'm thinking. But Rambo, he's got to be there. He was Rookie of the Year last year. Then we got Omar Olivares. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think Birkbeck I like as a starter. I mean, yeah, he had kind of a ridiculous year. I like him fighting for the 5 position. And I like going Hentgen in for Olivares. Oliveira is kind of a long relief guy. I mean, he's had a couple of real good years and a couple not so good, but Hentgen being young, I'm going to put him there. Oliveira's will be like a long relief, maybe secondary middle relief type guy. But yeah, that's where we're at. I like it. I mean, I think we could be okay at the very least. So prospect pipeline. Yeah, I don't think we've had the new one come out. We haven't because Indians forever have had 1, 2, and 3 best prospects in the game. Tomey, who's a shortstop, Manny, and Brian Giles. So that hasn't changed. So again, some maybe the weird things where it's like number 13 guy or whatever is like not protected. It might be that the AI doesn't have those guys valued that high anymore. Preseason begins. Yeah, so again, that's our financial update. Um, let's check him out. Did he change any? Here's where we're at. John Thompson around number 52. That's great. We got a top 100 guy maybe. Farm currently 23rd. Okay. Well, we're moving up little by little, just by 95. So, okay, that's where we're at right now. So next thing we got here is a draft pick signing deadline. We've done that. Then spring training begins, and I think at that point we get the top 100. Do we see all this stuff? Greg Jeffries to Montreal. Juan Franco to Toronto. But we see like the top 100, and we see the preseason projections. So we might wait for that. Let's wait for that. Let's check out a couple more of these guys. Bobby Bonilla going to Kansas City. Harold Baines. What we'll do here is sim it out. It's not even a month remaining. And then we'll look at additions by teams. Oh, what is this? Compensation, huh? Compensation picks received. We have failed, so we gotta. Okay, no compensation pick. Yeah, we didn't sign that guy. Okay, let's see here. Let's keep simming. So go to spring training, and then what we'll do is we'll just go to each. We'll go to the off-season WAR added, and we'll see what teams have done what. So, okay, here we go. What is this? One of our starting pitcher. Oh, he was a guy that I offered, I guess, earlier. Yeah, um, we'll see where our minor league is. Here's Jim Thome, slims up, came to camp. Wow, he's looking good as far as ratings. That is, we got low ratings on him, but he's the number 1 prospect still, apparently. But that hasn't changed. So we do have preseason projections, but we do not have a new 100 top prospect list yet. So let's first look at transactions here. Oh, yeah. No, let's do it like this. Let's go to offseason center, summary by team. And let's see what team. So Angels still up in it. They're at 7.8 now. So Bream, yeah, it's about, what we've seen there. Blue Jays are in the positive at 3 WAR. Yeah, we knew about all these guys, I think. Royals are at 0.5. Scott Sanderson, Bobby Bonilla, Ruben Sierra. Knew about those guys. A's, they are still in the positive. They're the last one. Clemens, Ken Hill. Yeah, we knew about those guys. So we knew about most of those guys. Let's go back to. We'll just glance at some of these. See, we'll look for big money guys. Jesse Orosco, back to the Mets, right? No, he was with Milwaukee. Bob OJ going to New York. Yankees are spending some money. Pretty good money there. Mark Eichhorn, real big money, 3 mil. Is that Henry? Henry Cotto? Yep, Henry Cotto. Pretty good deal for him being a center fielder. Wow, Paul Assenmacher, 10 mil for 3 years. That's real good money for a relief pitcher. He's a lefty. He was good with the Cubs, but he wasn't great. But Toronto shelling out the dough for him. Jimmy Key to Cincinnati. Haven't really seen them make a lot of moves. Dan Plesac, Scott Sanderson, some waiver claims. I think we're getting close to where we left off here. Heathcliff Slocum, I don't know if we saw that, to Houston. Mike Morgan to Baltimore. Yeah, I think we've seen this stuff, right? Yeah, Jeffries, unless this was all, yeah. Dave Winfield to Baltimore. I don't remember that one. Maybe we hadn't seen all these. Yeah, okay. Well, that's where we're at. So let's look now at preseason predictions. It's generating slow. I don't know how to pause the live stream. I don't think I can. If I stop streaming, it just stops it. So you're going to have to hang tight. We're almost halfway. Should be another 10 seconds or so here. Almost done. Okay, here we go. So let's check things out. Toronto Blue Jays projected to be at the top. Rangers projected to be at the top of the West. In the NL, we got Braves and Pirates projected to be at the top. Mets right below them. So they've been trying. They've been making moves. And up here we got the Dodgers. The West looks very weak. And us Rockies, we might be in the run. I don't know. We could get that 2 spot. It's the top 2 teams from each division. And then you got one wild card. Wild card probably going to come out of the East in the NL. In the AL, it's pretty even. You know, Blue Jays, Tigers, and who knows if this is how it pans out. It certainly may not, but we might revisit this in a little bit. Getting ready to wrap up the stream. It's been a while. Thanks for watching. Check out the